Greetings, collective. Welcome back to Joyful Light Oracle. I pray that this finds you in good spirit, regardless of what is happening in the earth at this time or in your life at this time. If you're able to see this message, I send you love. I send you love. All right, let's get ready to allow Divine Spirit to bring forth a message for the collective. By taking in a few deep breaths, guys. I'm sure we all need it, right? There is quite a bit of activity in the earth, is it not? And so when there is turmoil, when there is an uproar, and the appearance where it looks or seems as though all is lost, we must go within and find our source of peace. This message, however, to be honest, at start, it may not sound very peaceful. It's likened to a woman who is in labor. It's likened unto a person who is fighting for their life. There is an agitation that is happening. For those of you who do laundry and it's going through a rinse cycle, you notice that the speed is very, very fast. Sometimes it may shake the machine if there's too much clothes in the machine, or if the clothes is not balanced inside of the machine. All right. So this has a lot to do with the shaking, the agitation, in order to produce newness of life. Think about the pregnancy, the labor pains. Very uncomfortable, right? For those who've experienced it. I can speak from firsthand that it's not a cup of tea, having given birth to 4 children. Okay, a set of twins in there. So it's not something easy. It takes a lot of work, strength, endurance, stamina, patience, prayer, courage, and of course, love, right? Because who wants to go through all of that shit for naught? It's because of love. Love of life. All right, so when you look at the earth is synonymous with the feminine energy, right? The one that nurtures and produces life, even recreates life. So by, eating a seed or fruit, you have a seed that remains, you put it in the earth, and another seed can spring forth from that initial fruit. So the earth appears to be going through a rebirth, which it makes sense, as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it, because, many of us in the collective, we are representative of the earth. Like we're matter, okay? I'm not trying to go too deep. However, we may go deep, guys, and we're just gonna allow divine source, God, Yah, Abba, to lead, all right, to give us the instruction, the wisdom that we need. Remain humble in this season, first of all. Even if it looks as though everything is being stripped away, remain humble. Continue to show gratitude, because life is still being preserved in the earth. However, there is a need, apparently, for a makeover. It's an unearthing, okay? A facelift, so to speak. It's a clearing out. And the collective has already been going through this spiritually. So as within, so without, right? So whatever is happening on the internal space, we're going to see the manifestation of this in the earth. Now, the deeper message is that there may be elements or energies that would try to resist this makeover or this high level of transformation to make way for the new. And as a result, it's almost as if war has been declared. You remember as a child, there's a card game, I declare war, right? And whoever, after saying I declare war, you're putting out those cards. And then the one with the highest suit or whatever, that hand would be the winner. Well, I must say, who can come against God and prevail? Who? Okay? Who can come against the essence of creation and prevail? Like, think about that. We didn't make ourselves, okay? The trees are here. The vegetation are here to help sustain us. The water is here for us, okay? It supplies a great need for us for our overall survival. We did not create the water. We did not create the earth. And there's a message in the scripture that speaks about the potter and its clay, and it's, the potter forming the vessel, and then it shatters or it breaks because it's not coming out how the creator wants it. And so the creator smashes that and starts all over. This is just, I'm paraphrasing, of course. I believe that is in Jeremiah. And so whatever source decides to do with creation, we need to just move out the way, guys, and allow the divine to do what is needed, because it's all for our highest good. If we can see that. Now, going through labor, right, or even a facelift, I'm sure I haven't had that, but for those who've had a facelift, there has to be some level of discomfort, right, in that, or even in the healing process when all of that anesthesia wears off. Okay, there's a swelling. Your face may look a bit beaten up before it is beautified, right? So the scars have to heal, the swelling has to go down, the bruising and the discoloration, that has to fade over time. And then you see the beauty of all that work you paid for, and you can appreciate it more. So, we're being called to show gratitude for the facelift. Because, yes, war has been declared, and the earth is fighting back. If you have not been paying attention, many times we look at individuals like the person is the problem. It's the spirit of that person that is at war with whomever, okay? It's the energy behind that person. So change is going to happen, whether by us yielding to the change or by us being moved out the way. Either way, change is occurring. I'm only speaking today by the grace of God. I have nothing within myself that makes me higher above anyone. I am simply here to encourage, to inspire, to strengthen the collective, to help make sense of whatever we are seeing, witnessing, and experiencing in our day-to-day lives. The upheaval. Some may say the reckoning. I can only speak on what divine source deposits in my spirit. And what I got today, being woken up at 3:20 from my slumber, is the earth wanting to bring forth a message, creation wanting to bring forth a message. Because Though we may desire peace, it appears that we have to fight for it. Right? Because others may not desire peace, and that's unfortunate. But for those who are praying for peace, we will have it, whether it's going to look like there's peace internal within our own lives, within our own beings, right? That's where it starts. Or whether everything will shut down so that there can be quiet, peace. The scary thing about that, though, is like, my God, if everything is shut down, like, what is the gravity of that? What does that look like? Does that mean this is indefinite? This is permanent? Some may say, is this the end? I have no clue. I haven't been given that understanding. I haven't been given that foreknowledge. But there is an understanding that I have, though, that everything is fleeting. It is temporary. This material world that we exist in, it is temporary. Like, that much I know. There is life, there is death. There's a beginning, and then there is an end to the way in which we do things, to what we experience. Everything is cyclical, right? Time, change, season. Okay, a time to build, a time to, right, break down, a time to plant, a time to uproot. We are entering into the harvesting season. And many think harvest is, oh, it's okay, you're bringing in the abundance, and it is bringing in the abundance, but at the same time, remember, when you are harvesting, there may be some bad fruits also that you have to remove, the separating, right? So a time for separation or making a distinction is at hand. What side do you fall on? I don't know. Okay, yeah, that was a lengthy intro. So you can click up at this time. That's the message, pretty much. We're going to look at some cards because, oh, I'll just show this to you real quick. Oh my God, I just split the deck. I notice I'm not even wasting time with the shuffling as much as I used to. That's just how I'm being guided. It's almost like getting to the point. Like, Spirit just wanted to get to the point. Like, you have to see what's happening. This looks like a tower. Is this a tower? I don't use this card deck a lot, but this is a tower. And it says the crumbling. What are you clinging to? I'm looking at the lightning, of course. And the shading of this tower is darkened, okay? And there's a split right in the center that leads to life. Look at the abundance of life past this tower, right? There's an opening. There's an entryway. So if you're trying to move out of this dark space in your existence, okay, you're going to have to allow things to fall, whatever that is, whatever that means for you, okay? Here's another card here on the bottom, Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Okay, so this to me, I'm looking at the moon, first of all. Like, look at the moon. So the subconscious underpinnings, right? The things that are hidden below the surface, the things that are still operating on autopilot, that's what's coming undone. For some, if not all. Only take what resonates, guys. This is a general read. You should feel this in your belly, in your heart. There should be something to give you the confirmation to let you know that this message is yours. Unbound and the crumbling, guys. This is someone's soul awakening, coming into fuller or deeper awareness after some type of crumbling is happening. So it's almost like you only gain something after you lose something. We talked about the laboring, right? The woman in labor. This woman, whoever labors, right? The feminine, the female, you're losing the way you used to look, right? Your body is changing. Your identity shifting if you're a first-time parent, because, you know, before you're maybe just a mother or a wife. Now you, single, like a female and or a wife, and now you have a child. So your role, your identity is now synonymous with mother, right? So something is changing, but there's a transformation that can be painful. That's the point. For you to gain something out of that transformation. Uranus energy, right? Okay, the crumbling and unbound. All right, let's see if there's anything from this card deck, anything else. What's this? All right. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Wow. So there are many that have gone before us, and we don't fully understand the path that others have walked, which has allowed us to exist in this present moment. But the earth is a witness to their journey, okay? Literally, like the earth has their bones, their remnants, right? The seas, right? Wherever they've been buried, they're in the earth. Their essence, a part of them, has been absorbed by the earth, okay? And many times these patterns, these ancestral patterns, can live on in us, through us, if we are not aware. So again, the unbound, right? Breaking those ancestral patterns, those chains, those soul ties that would bind us to a way of existing that is detrimental to ourselves and society at large. That's what we need to look at this time, collective. Unhealthy patterns, unhealthy thinking, unhealthy connections, you know, the yada yada, right? Council of Light. This is divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. This is tied to this card, clearly. If you notice, there are remnants, okay? Or it's a faint image of those that have gone before us, right? Going all the way back here, okay? This is showing you that there is a collective that is not in this space directly, but yet is in this space directly, watching over us, helping us, praying for us, interceding for us. These are the ascended masters, right? As you may have heard them be called, those that have gone before us, that have acquired a sense of knowledge and wisdom in their journey here. Remember, it's a journey, guys. We remember I said this is, everything has an ending. So the earth houses us for a time and season, and then our time is up. Okay. All right. I think that's it from that card. We have boundaries here. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So remember, if I'm looking at the earth, let's say this is representative of the earth, right? And people, let's say, are just taking from the earth and not showing gratitude to the point where it's becoming depleted. That's saying, okay, you guys, listen, We need to stop doing that. We need to be more respectful with our provision, first of all, lest we destroy ourselves. Okay? The earth is beautiful. The earth is alive. Like, clearly you can see that. The earth is alive. Okay? Look at the trees, right? Listen to the birds, right? Feel the wind, right? The water moves, okay? There's a scripture that even says the rocks cry out and the trees can even give praises to God. Do we have the ears, the eyes to even recognize this, or do we think that we're just here in our own strength, taking care of ourselves? We have authority, which says authority is powerful, it's directed and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So while we have been given authority over the earth in a sense, right? Like dominion, okay? Because listen, this is our place of habitation. This is where we inhabit. So we must have a certain level of authority over this place, right? We have to have dominion. However, this says authority is powerful, yet it's receptive at the same time, and it's wise. And so this could be speaking about authority figures in the earth, or just the authority that we ought to demonstrate in the earth, okay? Where we can have power, but we also must be receptive to wise counsel and even loving exchange, okay? Loving exchange. What will that look like in your life? I don't know. Authority. Authority. Okay. I think I'm done with that card deck. I'm going to go to the Karma cards. This has been one of my go-tos. Hold on. Okay, boundaries. So maybe you need to set better boundaries is what I'm getting with this card also. Set better boundaries. Wow. Gemini wanted to be the first one out. Don't over-explain things. This is Taurus energy, earth and air. Okay. Earth and air. So if we're saying this message is tied to the spirit of earth or Gaia, okay. We understand air is wind, okay. We understand Taurus represents the earth, the material, things that you experience, okay. There's something being communicated into the earth right now, okay. And this is coming from the higher up, okay. This is the earth setting boundaries, okay. The earth is setting or reestablishing boundaries. Remember, we talked about the facelift, we talked about the rebirth, we talked about the clearing, okay. The earth is a witness to mankind. So whatever we do in the earth can be called, like the earth can call us into judgment, is what I'm getting. So that's interesting, because we just think of the earth as a I wouldn't even know how to term it in what is it in what's the word? We objectify the earth, okay. We only just take without giving back to the earth, many of us. We harvest the earth's resources. We siphon, we deplete. And many times we do not even show gratitude. It's a sense of just greed, and it's an animalistic approach, like, this is mine. This is having the authority, but not having respect, not having reverence for the beauty and the abundance of the supply of richness that we get from the earth. Okay. Emotions, feelings. We're talking about the earth, okay? Creation. And there is an attitude that stems from the past, okay? And how perhaps we treat the earth, and how we cultivate the earth, and how we maintain its resources. This attitude has to shift. Like, remember, if something is abundant, so maybe we're not gonna take as much pride and care, but if something is restricted and it's depleted, or it's lessened, or it's absent, then maybe we will show a little bit more gratitude. So that type of energy, like, we don't appreciate something until it's gone, right? You don't appreciate what you have until it is removed from you. And many times when it is removed from you, there's no going back to replace it. And if you even replace it with a new, it's still not the same as the old, right? It'll never be never be the same. So that's a message. The new that is coming in now will never be the same as the old that is removed, because it's not supposed to be. Many of us try to recreate the old. That's not what change is about. We have to learn how to be open and receptive to the transformative energy that's bringing in something completely different. Because clearly there was an understanding, there was a way of existing that did not honor what we were given. Look at this. It says resurrect. Okay. And many of us may take this attitude, do or die, like the inability to yield, or the inability to compromise, feeling as though we have the authority over the creator. A power struggle. Remember, that's what I said? It's like the earth is wanting to maintain homeostasis, harmony, balance. But there are energies that are agitating the earth. And so the earth is fighting back, because in order to maintain existence, there must be balance. There has to be balance. Need to control. Okay, so yes, if we've been given dominion, yes, that means we have the authority, the right to control our resources, our supply, okay? But also, we have to learn wisdom. We have to use wisdom with the way in which we manage and maintain our resources. We have to be loving, it says. I'm gonna bring this up to you because sometimes I don't think you guys see the words on it. Receptive, wise, and loving, okay? This is what we need to realize, that our authority in the earth must also be receptive, wise, and loving. So yeah, resurrect. People, oh. Oh, thank you. Okay, we'll look at it. Dang. Okay. Some of these messages, it's like you're broaching subjects that are a bit taboo, and it's a bit like being timid, tiptoeing around something, but I can't do that right now. I'm being called to actually address what is it? The elephant in the room. So resurrect. Okay, we'll talk about that. You resurrect something that has died, right? Something that is dead. It's cut off. It's no more. It's void of life. Okay. Many things are buried in the earth. Okay. And I said it's an unearthing. It is almost like a vomiting out. Okay. If things were suppressed, it is coming up. Okay. If things were pushed down because someone did not want the truth to be seen, it is being brought to light. If there were deeds that were done in the earth that caused someone's life to end, right? It's getting to the matter, the heart of the matter. Again, the earth is a witness, and that witness could be for us or against us. If you think about the court system, right? When there is a trial, you have those that are in favor of, the defendant, and those who are, against the accusers, right? Those that have information, intel, right? Information. Those that have information that can communicate some damaging news to cripple your case or cause you to lose. So this is what this is about. The earth is communicating if we have ears to hear. There's a very strong message that has been sent out. All right. Even in all that's happening, we're encouraged to have faith, okay? Don't worry about the upheaval, especially if you have been grounding your energy and seeding light in the earth, right? Healing energy. If that's what you're about, hey, good for you. Don't worry. It's okay to offer prayer and intercede and send love to those who may not be experiencing the best right now. That's fine. But remember, the higher purpose is the renewal of Gaia, the renewal of the earth's energy, the clearing out of ways that are tied to ancestral patterns that were damaging to our souls and to the earth, because we are from the earth, guys. We are a fruit of the earth. If you think about a tree that bears fruit, we are the fruit of the earth. So whatever's happening to us is happening to the earth and vice versa. So if you think about it, if you're going through some turmoil, that's because the earth is in turmoil. That's because the earth is fighting back to bring balance, just like you have been fighting back to maintain balance. It's the manifestation. This all started in the spiritual realm. Until the pot got hot enough to now it's an outpouring. It's now, you're seeing it now. This is the stuff that was happening below the surface. We already saw Unbound, things that in the subconscious, the transformative energy that was working behind the scenes to shift how you think, to change your perceptions on situations, to help you go a little deeper, to clear that vision, that sight, to clear out those patterns, those workings, those programs that were fighting against your soul. I thank you for the message, Abaya. I pray that all that are receiving or hearing my voice, that they're able to have an open heart and mind and spirit to receive the fullness of this message for their highest good and harm to none. I send this message with the utmost tender loving care, not wanting anything in return, guys, simply to encourage and inspire, and simply to be a voice that cries out for those who do not have a voice, or those that cannot articulate in a way in which humanity can hear. So, thank you, Abba Yah. Thank you, Divine Source. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Creation. I'm grateful for the water. I'm grateful for the earth. I'm grateful for the rain. I'm grateful for the rocks. I'm grateful for the trees that produce food and life and sustenance for humanity. I'm grateful for the sun that illuminates our path on a daily basis and brings forth healing energy consistently. I'm thankful for the moon, the lights in the sky, the stars. I'm grateful for existence. The wind. The wind that refreshes us when we are tired, hot, and bothered. Thank you for the wind that removes the dross, that clears away the rubbish. Thank you for your love. Let's look at the emotions. What are we looking at emotionally? Okay. Remember, we are talking about the earth. They are for war, and the earth is for peace. That would be upsetting, right? If you are here to create and sustain life, and the very function that you were created to exist in, if your creation is fighting against you, that's like a mother and a child, right? A father and a son, or a daughter and their father, right? The very life that was produced from your loins is fighting against you? What? That would anger me. I've experienced that, and it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, because after all you're wanting to do as the parent is to instruct in the right way, to sustain, to provide and ensure safety and longevity for your heir, your seed, right? Your offsprings. And they fight against you? They spit in your face when you prepare food for them, when you work hard and you bring home the resources. They don't even show you any gratitude. When you're sick, they don't even check up on you. They don't even say, hey, Ma, hey, Dad, do you need something? And that's like us seeing the earth dying or corroding and not doing anything about it. Just taking, just taking. I would be angry. I would be very upset. It's a vexation that is happening right now in the earth, okay? A vexation of soul. Think about it. Trampling on the very thing. When I say trample, that means having no regard. Having no regard for the very thing that supports your existence. Forgive us, Abba Yah. Forgive us, Mother Earth. Forgive us. Forgive us, Gaia. Forgive us. Everything that you do is righteous. We can't even complain. We don't even have a good cause to complain in this earth. In fact, it sounds as though you are quieting us. This may be a humbling experience for many of us, if we care to see it as such. But some of us, unfortunately, we're not going to see it. It's going to be another day, a regular day. And, we're going to whatever, and we're going to get through this, and all is well. And the pride and ego fails to see, fails to realize what all of it is about. So I ask for forgiveness on behalf of everyone that exists here, including myself. Forgive us. Forgive us, Abba Yah. Have mercy, O Lord. Have mercy. I'm going I am going to read a scripture, but on the shuffle, this is a warning. Red, right? Red it's an indication to stop and pay attention. There's something that is happening to get our attention if we are paying, like listening to the signs, reading the writing on the wall. Caution is here, right? The things that we're doing, like in the earth, okay? Caution is here. Yellow, the willpower, okay? Whatever we are creating, whatever we're doing in the earth, we need to be very cautious about that moving forward. It's like walking or driving on a bridge it's unsteady. It's treading on, let's say, something lightly like ice, we need to tread lightly. But I'm gonna hold on, let me get 505 is a sink, and 111 is what I saw before I got on here, guys. This is taken from I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see where to start. Okay. Oh God. Is that what you want me to read? Okay. This is Psalm 64, okay? I'll read part of that real quick, guys. It says, "Hear my voice, O God, in my meditation." It says, "Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity, who sharpen their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, which are bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the blameless. Suddenly they shoot at him and do not fear. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They talk of laying snares secretly. They say, who will see them? They devise iniquities. We have perfected a shrewd scheme, they say. Both the inward thought and the heart of man are deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded, so he will make them stumble over their own tongue. All who see them shall flee away. All men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider his doing. I'm going to jump over to Psalm 65. It says, you visit the earth and water it. You greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide their gain. For so you have prepared it. You water its ridges abundantly. You settle its furrows. You make it soft with showers. You bless its growth. You crown the year with your goodness, and your paths drip with abundance. They drop on the pastures up the wilderness, and the little hills rejoice on every side. The pastures are clothed with flocks. The valleys are all covered with grain. They shout for joy. They also sing. That's just letting you know how gracious and how abundant creation is, because there's provision. There's provision that is already made. Remember, we cannot control the seasons. We cannot control, even when we plant something in the ground, we can't force that thing to grow. It's God that determines the growth of that, how abundant it will be. We plant the seed. Okay? It says, let God arise in Psalm 68. Let his enemies be scattered. Let those also who hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melts before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. But let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God. Yes, let them rejoice exceedingly. It says, a father of the fatherless, a defender of widows is God in his holy habitation. God sets the solitary in families. It's God that does this, because we don't have any control to save life, right? He brings out those who are bound into prosperity. We did see unbound, okay? But the rebellious dwell in a dry land. It says, oh God, when you went out before your people, when you marched through the wilderness, the earth shook. The heavens also dropped rain at the presence of God. Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God, the God of Israel. You, O God, sent a plentiful rain, whereby you confirmed your inheritance when it was weary. The earth is weary, guys. The earth is tired. Oh God, you provided from your goodness for the poor. You load us with daily benefits. I'm jumping around in Psalm 68. So just a reminder, guys, that there's a lot to give thanks for. We are sustained by the grace of God, and we must show gratitude for our provision if we want the abundance to continue, right? Is there another energy that we can look at regarding the earth at this time? Oh my God. Yo. Okay, guys. Remember, I said, they are for war. The earth is for peace. This is wanting rest. This is being tired and needing to rest. Think about it. The expectation that we place on the earth to continually produce. It's a ravishing energy that is happening right now. And it's almost like a shaking, like, get off of me. Think about, I got an image of a 10-year-old that is still latched on to their mother's bosom. Get off. You have matured enough, you've gained wisdom, and you have those tools now by way of your teeth, your molars are well developed for you to go eat some food. Go find the tools now in the earth and prepare it and get off of that source. It's a sense of you've been given enough of something. You have enough. It was only for a season, but you're going beyond. You're taking more than you need. I'm getting it, riding the cow. I don't know what the hell that even means. Riding the cow. I understand milking. But I'm hearing riding the cow. Okay. There's a hurting, there's a pain, there's a deep wound that the earth needs to recover from. And this is directly tied to the collective's heart that needs to rest, being tired of the onslaught of individuals coming against them and just wanting peace and crying out to the earth, where is the peace that was promised? If there was peace promised. I don't know though. Whenever I see this, I think about passed on individuals or things from the past. A visitation of things from the past. So what does that look like? A revisitation. A visitation. A visitation. Okay. We were being visited. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are being visited. Okay. There's a sense of, remember I said the separation. Okay. Here's isolation. Okay. So there are those that are being separated right now for whatever reason, or need to separate from things that are tied directly to your past. And it's like the tower that we saw earlier, the crumbling. Yeah, this is a very strong energy that's coming through. The tower or the crumbling is by way of the heavens assisting us, prying our hands off of the very things, the devices that we refused to acknowledge that was killing us. Maybe because we just saw that it was hurting someone else and we didn't think that it was impacting us. But anytime you hurt another individual, you are connected to that person. And so it does impact you as well. Maybe it's time that we recognize the connection that we have as humanity, that we are all connected in some way, shape, or form. We're connected, guys. This is determination. So there are some things that are being done in the earth that someone or energies or individuals were very determined to accomplish. And with the same weight and measure that was being pursued to accomplish this goal is the same. It's this, the earth is meeting your energy because it has to bring balance to itself. Okay? Whatever you're thinking about right now, that's correct. Okay? Something tied to your past, some past dealings, something that was done. The same breath and strength that you pursued, whomever, whatever, is the same breath and strength that perhaps you are being pursued at this time. It's simply to balance things out because it's the season. It's harvest. I don't know what harvesting time looks like for you, But I do know that I was here, I'm in Southwest Florida, and I was here during Ian, and my God, my God, preserve my soul. That I, without a shadow of a doubt, I know this to be true. I know this to be true. And when you go through a hurricane where it sits on you for hours, it had to be over 5 hours. Where, yeah, yeah, longer. I don't recall the full details of the length of time, but it was hours. Hearing the wind, seeing water come into your foundation, and it's just your faith that is keeping you calm, where you can actually still rest and pray and just trust. Whether life or death, whether we remain or whether we are taken away, Abba Yah is just and is still worthy of all praise and honor and glory. Because nothing that I have is of my own self. Like everything that I have because it has been given to me. That's not to say I don't work and I don't earn things, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm given honor and respect due back unto source is what I'm saying, guys. That's a humble approach to this existence. And if you can embody that in this new earth, right? Okay, that's what's being regenerated here. Prayerfully, we can have harmony. Prayerfully. Gaia, what else do we need to let humanity know at this time? We have to get our households in order, collective. We have to get our communities in order, and it starts within, where every person is contributing to the whole. It's not just one person that is doing the weight or lifting the heavy weight of the spiritual whatever. It's everyone collectively coming together, and the portion that has been given to you, that is what you tend to. Stand your post. Help out the brethren, the sistren. Help out one another. What I do on this channel, this is a way that I can assist from a distance. It's a word of encouragement, and many times it's a word of harsh correction. That's still assistance. It says clarity and organization. This is what is needed in the earth. So it's like making things very clear, making things very distinct, so that you will know what is of light and you will know what is of dark. And the things that needs to remain are the things that are to remain. The things that are removed clearly are the things that need to be removed. Notice this is a house inside a tree, okay? It's representative of earth, like we exist inside of earth, guys. And this tree, the root around it is the protective mechanism around that home. But the point is, this is our provision. The earth is our provision. Every house, every structure, the infrastructure that we have in our communities, they come directly from the earth. The trees are a commodity. They're a resource that's very valued. That's what constructs the majority, if not all, of our infrastructure. Businesses, homes, bridges, roads, the sand, the dirt, right? We get that from the earth, guys. The food we eat, we get that from the earth. Okay, so there's no bypassing that. Like you can't get outside of that. This is the priority. That's the focus. Okay? If earth is not sustained, then life is not sustained. Period, point blank. So we could play around with this thing if we want. And if you're prepared to leave this space, okay. But many are not prepared to leave this space. So while time is still allotted to us, let's take care of what we have. Let's be clear on what we are building. When we're building, let's have those intentions that are wholesome when we are creating things in the earth. Like, what is the purpose? To what end? To what end? What is the purpose and to what end? Spirit of the river. I'll say it again. Spirit of the river. Is the water not speaking right now? We see that the waters are speaking right now. Okay. Movement toward adventure. It's moving things out of the way. It is moving and clearing things out so something new can start. An adventure is simply something that you're starting that is new. It's exciting. It's going to take maybe some research, okay? It may be travel. This is freeing up space that may be confined. I'm getting a clearing, like something that was holding back the collective is being cleared out is what I'm getting. So that the collective, so that your spirit can be freed to do the very things that you need to do in the earth. Because clearly, some of us have a contract to fulfill here. There's work to be done, guys. We've put a lot of emphasis on the material. That's wonderful because, yes, we have to be sustained in the physical, but not at the expense of neglecting the spiritual essence of who we are as human beings, as individuals. Sacred contract, covenant. Mother Gaia, what else? What other messages? Thank you so much for your tender care, your tender loving care. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh my God. You guys see this? Can you see that okay? Let me take this here. It says, feast of plenty, choices, and their consequences. What are you eating on right now? And is it filling you? Are you satisfied? Or do you want to vomit right now? What are you eating on right now? What does your life look like? What is it resembling right now? It's a there's a passage. I'm sure you heard about it already. Okay, but I'll say it. There's a passage in scripture that spoke about the children of Israel who were just delivered from Egypt, the space of restriction and bondage for many generations, and they're now free. Door has opened up and they're entering into this space. They haven't gotten to their final destination, but they're in this transitory period where they're traveling to their destination and they're being faced with different challenges. And it's a breaking of that ego, breaking up that mindset, breaking up the old ways of thinking and even existing. So they had to be taught how to live differently. Okay. So there was a purging of the old desires, okay, the old ways of thinking, okay, and this was a stumbling block for them. Nonetheless, they were murmuring and complaining and they wanted meat, okay, because they were eating on manna, right? Man, it's bread from heaven. The Father was directly sustaining them with a new food, okay, whatever this food looked like, whether it was spiritual in nature, whether it was just figuratively speaking something, but it was collected every day and you couldn't take too much. It was just enough for every day, and if you took too much, then it got infested and maggots and all the like, so you couldn't, you had to waste it. So he was teaching them, be humble for the provision that you have and also be dependent on me to provide for whatever you need. Whenever you become too greedy and cravenous and want more than what you need, then you're going to see lack. So nonetheless, again, they're complaining for the flesh. They're used to the fish and the leeks and the onions back in Egypt, right? The old things that once appease their appetite, okay? The drugs, the sex, the fornication, right? Those habits that can be difficult, right? The robbing, the stealing, the cheating, the lying, right? That's the way of getting the things that you need, that you're used to for some. The stepping on other people's back, the disregard for rules, and the lack of respect for authority for many of us, disobedience, all of that jazz. So they got their meat. They got so much meat by way of quails being sent into that region that literally they're like choking on the very meat that they asked for because of the gluttonous nature that can overtake some of us if we're not careful. Okay, getting back to the message, ego sublimation. Your whole world is being tumbled down right now, utterly downstrawed is what Marley says, right, Bob? Every day is war, and until the philosophy that holds mankind inferior and another, okay, holds mankind. So it's talking about holding one person higher than the other until that's finally destroyed. He says utterly downstroyed, discredited, and abandoned. Everywhere, it's going to be war. It's going to be war. Until that day, the dream that we dream of a future of harmony, peace, and fairness, and equal justice, there will be war in the earth. Because there are many of us that still existing in this ego mentality where we feel as though we have the right to step on another person's neck in order to climb that ladder. Or we have the right to take as much as we need and another person is left without. That's the mentality. That's the spirit that is warring against the spirit of love that is in the earth, of receptivity, of balance and harmony. So yeah, the ego has to come down. It has to be destroyed. It has to be cleared out. It is setting the record straight. Because many of us think that we are the authority when we are not. Until this happens, like it's the earth is waiting, right? For the song and dance. It's a celebration that will come, but this has to take place. The breaking down of those structures that are encroaching on human rights, liberty, justice, the like. You know, I'm not getting into politics, guys, because I don't have a clue about politics. That's not my realm of expertise. So I need to stay in my lane of spirituality. Okay, but that's tied. Everything is connected. The structure of society as we know it is being revamped. And there is a warring taking place because Spirit wants it to look one way for the betterment. However, there again are those energies and entities that wants it to go another way. Okay. 33 is a master number. 33. Guidance, building. It's a sense of working together or things coming together better. Being in alignment with those things that can give to you and aid you and vice versa. It's a sense of a collaborative effort where everything is working together. Everyone is working together. Harmony, right? It's alliance is what I'm getting. Alliance. So where does your allegiance lie? Okay. We're coming down, guys. We are coming down, believe it or not. I don't know how long this message is going to be, and prayerfully you are still with it. If not, hey. Okay, I don't even know what to say to that. Number 5, again, change. Number 1 is definitely a significant number. Remember I said I saw 111 when I was getting ready to start and 505. Okay. Number 2, so we have the authority, the true authority of this space is bringing in balance. And it's coming in a way that it's going to be plentiful. And it's going to be based on the choices that were made in the earth, okay? I know these are just cards. So yeah, for those who just want to view this as entertainment only, I hope you like the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, this is just for amusement and entertainment, right? That's what you think, right? Okay. That's what you think, okay. There is a pouring out. There's equal distribution that's happening. As you sow, the same shall you reap. This is universal law. Okay? As within, so without. As above, so below. As a man thinks, so is he. This is the natural order of things. So if you want to give out hate, you will receive hate in equal measure. It's not uncommon. It's not an uncommon thing. This is logical equation, right? This is just reasoning. This is something you can bank on. It's assured. It's certainty to be the case is what I'm getting. This is something that it is, okay? Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy. This is a time for introspection. 50 and 50. Okay? Number 5 again. This change may be sudden for some, but not really. This has been building up. Remember, this is now the spilling out, okay? This is okay. You're not getting it. Maybe you need a little encouragement by way of whatever. Remember, this is to inspire change, okay? It's to inspire change. It probably doesn't feel comfortable right now, but it's to inspire change. Introspection, the 12th house, that's what? Pisces energy? It can feel overwhelming, right? We got Cancer over here, feelings and attitudes from the past, right? Things that are just like being immersed in all these emotions. It's a spilling out of oh, shit. This is a crying out in the streets. This is a crying out in the streets is what I'm getting. This is a flaring or flailing of hands. This is shaking of the head. This is a slapping on the thighs in disbelief. This is a reckoning for some. Because of the actions, because of the assertiveness, the arrogance, because of the direction that you felt very confident in going in, this here is just too humble. For some, it's not to end life. It's simply to humble and bring awareness. Unfortunately, for some, life does end. And that's unfortunate, especially the innocent, the bystanders, those that are connected to these circumstances by way of family ties or community, right? Residence or proximity, things of that nature, okay? It's unfortunate. My condolences. Again, I send you love wherever you're at. I pray for healing. I pray for the spirit of peace and comfort to come into your dwelling, if you will allow it. If not, then let my peace and love return back unto me, cleared. Ashe. Resources. Oh my God. They may become sparse. They may become far and few between. This was a direct attack. You see the arrow? Oh my God, Spirit. On the structure and the resources. This was a direct hit on the financial structure and the resources that we put a lot of weight and stock into. What we value, the things that we care about. What is it that you care about? Are they just material? Dang. I don't even want to touch this message right now. My hands are raised up right now because I want to back away, but I'm already here. This was a direct hit in the pockets. Whatever you viewed was the apple of your eye, I'm coming for. Remember, I'm just speaking on behalf of Mother Gaia, Divine Source, creation. Just as equally as you came for the apple of my eye, I am coming for the apple of your eye. Remember, this is a reckoning. And I'm hearing leavening, where there's going to be a rise of something in the earth. Consequences, okay? Because of the determination. Remember how feverishly you pursued something. Equally, you will be pursued as feverishly as you went out against someone. That's the same measure that's coming in. The same measure in which you poured out is the same measure in which will be poured back into you. To the point where you will probably choke on your own vomit. In disgust. In horror. Abhorring the very things that your eyes are seeing. This is going to bring a lot of people to their knees. I'm hearing Lauryn Hill's song, Forgive Them, Father, for they know not what they do. The number 2 again, 11 goes to 2. Here's the 1, 1, 1 I said I saw. And we already see or saw the 505, okay? I don't know where the other 5 went, but here is 50 or 50, and we saw another 50 somewhere, but it's not out. So that's a confirmation that change is happening, and change doesn't always feel good, guys. To birth something new into the earth, you must remove the things that are restrictive. We saw Saturn, right? Saturn, that's the structure. That's the limitation. That's what tries to keep things from changing by default, because we must learn, right? It's something that we need to learn for things to change, okay? 37, number 10, descendant, invitation. Ah, wow. This is what was invited in. By way of how passionate something was pursued, okay? The 5th house. Whatever was being created in the earth, right? Whatever was being done, right? This is how passionately it was pursued, okay? With this forcefulness. This is Mars. This is the energy of war. Anger. Force. Even retribution. 22, balancing things out. I'm gonna meet you where you at. That's what I'm getting. Because this will take place as far as the clearing out, clarity and organization in this space, in the earth. This is the priority here. There's a lot of emotions tied to this being done. Cancerian energy. It's very intense, okay? It goes, and it's almost like, when you care about something, right? You care so much about something that you're willing to fight for it. That's the energy. You want to fight me for what I have, or you want to fight me for whatever, then okay, I'm going to have to meet you with that same energy. That's exactly what's happening here with Cancer and Mars. Number 4 and number 4. This is coming together with the same energy. Because you have to meet that energy, because or else what will we what will be here? I don't know, right? This is what is trying to be preserved. Okay? This is the energy of nurture or Gaia, okay? That it's abundant. This is trying to be preserved in the earth right now, okay? The cards are speaking now because I need to wrap it up. This is a hard lesson that many of us are learning, that we're going to learn to respect the provision that the earth gives us. We're going to learn to respect it, or we will be without it. We respect it, or it will be taken away. Okay? You respect what's been given to you, or it will be removed. This is fair. Because if the earth is pouring out, if the earth is given to you something and you are shitting on it, then why does the earth have to continue to be abundant? It doesn't. I think that's what we think. Oh, well, the earth will always give because the earth is so abundant. Okay. Right now, the earth is focused on its rebirth, because there's many things that have to change, okay? And the change is going to come by way of uncomfortable events. It's going to produce a sense of angst, okay? Hold on, guys. I'll just leave it there. A sense of angst, right? This is meeting it head on. There's no backing away right now. It's already begun. Shit. It's already begun. So when you hear the thundering in the heavens, okay, when you hear that happening, just know that as above, so below. So there's something that's happening. Some people just say, oh, it's just the electrical or the, I don't know, the scientific reactions that occur to cause that, the charges, electrical charge, and the atmospheric temperature and pressure, and the combination of both is producing, I don't know. I'm not a weather person. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm not an astrologist, or I don't know anything about what happens in the heavens. But when I hear the thunder, something in my spirit is signaling to me that, oh shit, there is something happening that's not the best right now. There could be a warring happening in the heavens right now. There's something that's a challenge, and it could be a dispute. It could be a dispute, okay? That climate that causes the friction, there's something that's challenging it. And eventually it comes into this realm by way of what we're seeing today. By way of what we're experiencing today, guys. So that's the message. I am grateful for the message of rebirth, renewal. Number 27, that's 9. So it's a sense of closing out one way of existing, one way of being, and coming into a new space, right? Number 29, 11, 2 again, okay? Earth is wanting to balance out its resources, okay? And it's almost like wanting to redistribute. It's a redistribution of resources. Okay, all right. So I'm going to take a little bit from here and I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to take some from this space. I'm going to give it over here. A redistribution of the resources. Okay. Okay. This is a new beginning. All right, this is a new beginning. All right, it's a creation that is coming into existence. Okay, and this is to ensure future generations that they have So we have to remove the selfish tendencies, the gluttony, the wastefulness, and infuse some tenderness into this environment. It's going to be a collective effort, okay? This is all of us. This is all of us coming together and doing our part and allowing Source to bring things back to integrity, guys. Because clearly we have been missing the mark. Whenever you see shit happen in the earth that is very catastrophic, we've lost our way. We've lost our way. Look at this face in the tree that is mourning and crying for her children to restore something, crying for her children, crying for her offspring. Oh my God. Listen, I thought I was done. Wait a minute. This rebirth, it's going to teach us. Oh, wow. Okay. That makes sense. So if the infrastructure of society that as we know it changes, right? It transforms drastically, and I don't know what that might look like, and I don't know the time frame, but let's say that happens, we're going to have to learn how to be more adaptable, how to be flexible, and maybe how to live off of the land. Like, so it's restoring our relationship with Gaia, with Mother Earth, where we know how to cultivate it in a better way, where we only take what we need for that day, that time, that season. And not only that, but we take the things that are beneficial for us. Like, we don't just take anything and put into our vessel. Remember, we are a representative and an extension of Earth, okay? So we have to learn how, it says wood wives, okay? This is learning how to live off the land is how I'm reading this, okay? It's a delicate balance. It's something that we're gonna learn in the maybe near future. $29.11 again. This is so that we can maintain the resources better. So it's like, okay, because you have not been faithful with what you've been given, now there has to be restriction, and it has to be measured out. It's a measuring out. So I said redistribution, or even distribution, to where maybe you have to go somewhere and get something measured out daily because you were wasteful with the abundance that you had, okay? So the resourcefulness is being either controlled or limited for a season, and you're gonna have to learn how to adapt to that for some, okay? And then once you learn that, because it's going to be an obstacle, it's going to be an obstacle. Why is it an obstacle? Because there was a refusal to answer the call, okay? You were called to come above. You were called to go above. You were called to see things differently. You were called to surrender something, okay? You were called to accept. So now you're being forced by the storm to accept this agreement, okay, this covenant. This is a perfect storm. This was all strategic. This was planned perfectly. You probably thought you were in control of everything, but you're not in control of anything, is what we're learning. Thank you, Divine Source. You're definitely not in control of anything. The universe has everything in its hand. We are the puppets. We are the puppets. the ancestors that have gone before us is saying we need a new beginning, right? We need a new beginning. We need the earth to be quieted, right? We need the renewal on the earth. We need this. We need to create with more intentionality, guys. Oh my God. I'm about to wrap it up, and then the message flow again. They start flowing again. Okay, we saw this already. The covenant, right? So some of your ancestors are, for this, whoever it's for, there's a position, there's a purpose that you need to step into, right? Your ancestors are helping you at this time, or reminding you or guiding you, okay, to say, hey, answer the call. First of all, the call that you have been neglecting, you need to answer that call, okay? This is a collective message. This is a group effort here. Number 11, again, the 2 is coming out to really balance things, okay, guys? 29, that's 11, that is 2. Again, number 2 is balancing things. 444 right here, okay? That is the home. That's your security. That is your stability. That is your protection. If you do not respect and regard the very things that are sustaining you, then it will be restricted from you. After a period of this restriction, renewal, balancing, you learning how to adapt to perhaps the resources that are being measured out to you, that's when you can move out of this stagnation that you've been existing in. Dust devil. Dang. You're gonna learn how to experience life as it comes. Everything is not going to be a cookie cutter experience. There's gonna be some unknown terrains that you're gonna travel through, and it's okay. Just trust the process, okay? All right, that's the message. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe or not, whatever. Talk to you next time. Bye.